What's up, everybody? My name is Daniel Rodriguez, and we're back here today with Cat Dooley's crew here at Old School Iron. I'm really pumped. We're actually getting back into Viking press today, which is the very thing that I actually injured myself on. So it's going to be a very exciting but very anxious moment for me to actually come back to the log press and come back to strongman training, getting ready for nationals. I'm extremely pumped to be able to be here and to be able to do this again. It's been a month and a half since, so I'm just really, really nervous. I'm not going to lie. I'm really excited to be here, really excited to get this lift in. Thanks to these guys. They do a really good job on Saturdays to let us come out for free, 9 to 1. Shout out to them. Please come out and visit the gym, and let's get it going. So, moving into the log press, actually the Viper press. So, difference between the traditional log press and the Viper press. Well, I'll just run down the basics of log pressing for y'all. You have really I'd say four main portions of the log press. And that would be your deadlift, your lap, your extension, and the press. Technically 5 if you actually readjust in the rack. That's very, very small thing that some people do, but it's not really like a big thing. The thing about a Viper press is it takes away the segments. So I'll show you what a traditional log press might look like. So if you realize with a traditional log press, you see every individual segment as it happens. So you see the deadlift, you see the lap, you see the clean, and you see the press. A Viper press is just a faster variation of that. So, you might rest in the lap, but there's no pause in between the extension and the press, and sometimes not even between the deadlift and the lap. Sometimes it's really about that stretch reflex. You lift, sit, rip, and push. And so here's a Viper press. It's important to be very careful. Make sure whenever you press, you're not pressing out here, out in front of you. You're getting high up into the chest and driving through, locking out. And it's important to get the head through on every single one of your reps. That's a Viper press. Now, it was a little sloppy. Still kind of coming back into the Viper pressing. We're into log pressing and standing pressing. It's kind of a scary movement for me just because of what happened. But overall, that felt well. We're gonna get started with the warm-ups. All right, everybody, welcome back. I got some big news. So we had to cut the workout short just because I had some things going on at home. But we are back later on in the day. We're going to get back to it. I took a little shower, had a little bit of rest, got to handle business, and now we're back. So as for the big news, currently I am entertaining a possible sponsorship deal. There are some things they do want to see from me. You know, they want to see some improvements in my activity on social media. That's a big deal to them, you know, and I understand. So I want to, you know, make that happen. Third, Nationals is coming up. Of course, I'm pretty sure if you know me, if you've seen my training, you know that I'm training for this year's Strongman Corp Nationals. Now, with Nationals, and this will be my first Strongman Corporation Nationals. Very nervous, you know. As you know, I compete in the 231 class, which is the upper middleweights. As for the events for us, we are going to be started off with a max overhead press. I'm kind of nervous about this one just because I have seen some numbers that are kind of getting posted up. Honestly, for me, primary goal is anything over 300. It'll be out of the blocks, so no clean necessary. It'll be a walkout, kind of similar to what you see from Lucas Hatton. So we will stand up in a squat position, whether the bar be in front or behind us, and we will press the bar overhead. Now, for me, I think what's reasonable would be somewhere over the 300s. I would like to hit 350. That would be a massive moment for me. And so that is what I'm aiming for, is to press 350 pounds overhead at this year's Nationals. Honestly, that might be the biggest goal for me at this year's Nationals, is the overhead. Overhead for me has been a major weakness, and it's been something that I've been struggling to improve. And so that's my goal, 350. Second event is the deadlift medley. It is going to be a 3-part deadlift ladder series. It'll be a deadlift from regular height, 13 inches and 18 inches. The regular height will be a triple at 585 pounds. The 13-inch height will be a double at 645 pounds. And the 18-inch height will be 850 pounds for a single. I'm pretty confident on the first two. 850 pounds is going to be a big ask for me, but I 100% am going to give all of my effort to try to make that happen. And I hope I get to share that journey to that goal with y'all. And I hope y'all enjoy that journey. As for the third event, on day one will be the hoist. Now, we will be in a seated position in an arm-over-arm rope pull, pulling an apparatus up using a pulley. Now, whether or not this pulley will be actively locked as we pull it, or it'll just be a continuous rolling pulley, I'm not sure. I hope it is actively locked. But for the weight for that is currently undecided, but I will be doing my best to train for that as well. Now, for day two, we will start with a circus dumbbell for reps. The circus dumbbell has two weights. It'll be the lightweight and the heavyweight. Lightweight being 150 pounds for reps, heavyweight being 190 pounds for reps. I was very confident on the 150 pounds for reps. My coach believes in me, and so I'm going to trust his advice, and we will be going for the 190 pound dumbbell for reps. I will do my best to perform as many reps as I can on the 190 pound dumbbell. And then once I'm exhausted, I will go for a few reps to hopefully separate me from my competition on the 150 if time allows. For the second event on day two, we are looking at the frame carry for max distance. This will be a fun event. I pride myself on my moving events. Frame has been a big weakness of mine, but I plan on absolutely showing out this year. So the frame will be a total of 590 pounds, equaling to 295 pounds per hand. That is a lot of weight, especially for a middleweight right now. So I'm excited, I'm pumped. I hope to really push myself on this event. It's one of my favorite events, even though I've had a hard time with it, and I plan on absolutely crushing it this year at Nationals. And for the last event, to finalize this year's 2025 Nationals in Las Vegas, will be the keg overbar. It'll be a total of 325 pounds over 50 inches for max reps. That is a nice way to do. I'm excited about that. That'll be a very fun finisher. As for how many reps I'm looking at, I'm not exactly sure. I haven't done kegs in a while, but I'm extremely pumped to be able to share this journey with y'all and my journey to this year's 2025 Nationals. And I hope to give y'all the best performance I possibly can. Win, lose, or draw, I will give my all. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the video. All right, everybody, it's the end of week one. Week one is done for. We have officially accomplished a singular week in this long prep for Nationals. Of course, you know, I've been technically prepping since Texas Strongest Man, but this is the official start to this prep at post-injury, coming back from a broken foot, coming from Texas Strongest Man, coming from a broken foot, and going into Nationals. So, you know, this will be a big moment for me. This will be a big prep. I'm very happy I made it through this week. I think next week we have a deload just to kind of freshen me off. You know, we're going to go on full throttle. Thank you very much for watching this. Of course, you know, as I said earlier, I hope that y'all enjoy the journey. I hope to make y'all proud. I hope to make it worth it, all the time that y'all spend watching me try to accomplish my goals. So thank y'all very much. Y'all have a wonderful day. Y'all take care. See you in the next video. Peace.